Okay, so now that we've done all of our walls, let's go ahead and create our concrete roofs for this part of the house and this entrance walkway. I'm just going to go back to my finished floor level. And let's start with this area. So I'm going to go architecture, floor, edit type, duplicate, call this 150 millimeter concrete roof slab. Just gonna go edit. Remember to edit the structure because we've renamed it 150 millimeter concrete roof. We want to have a tile, so we can delete that. So we can leave the screed as is. So we just need to change the floor slab to 125. Let's just add a new material. So let's go click on our material, go click on the little three dots, and it'll open your material browser. So let's go and create a new material. Once you've done that, it'll show default new material. Right click, rename. Let's call this new concrete roof slab. So cut pattern, concrete. Let's just make that green as well. And our surface pattern, we will not be seeing that. So apply and OK. Let's go create a screed, a surface pattern. We can just right click, duplicate material and assets. So we can call this new 25 millimeter floor screed roof slab and create a concrete. It's also green. Apply and OK. You can just hit OK, apply and OK. So now we need to set our height for how high we want this to be. So we already created that level. So we can go to did we not create that level? I'm gonna quickly cancel here. See private space wall plate. Did I create two? I was wondering why that was like that. My apologies. So that level needs to be public space. My apologies for that. Seems that I have missed renaming that one. So I'm just going to go back to my floor plan, floor. Okay, seems that Revit decided not to save my wall. Just quickly gonna edit type, duplicate, new roof slab. Just gonna delete that, change the screed material, roof slab, change the surface to concrete, give it a green, apply OK, change, duplicate floor slab, new item, I'm just going to change that size, 150 millimeter roof slab, press OK, change the thickness to 125, OK, apply and OK. Then we're going to go into our rectangle tool. And we want this to align with the inside of that external wall and outside of this external wall. And we'll drag it until we align with our planter boxes. And we'll just make sure that we set our level to public space wall plate. Hit OK. Just remember to save your project, to save your progress. I'm just gonna, would you like the walls to go up to this floor Turbo Solids level to attach to its bottom? No, I do not want that at the moment, so let's say do not attach. And if you go into our 3D view, as we now know that we have drawn these walls, their top side is at 2.4 meters, 2.5 meters. So the floor that we've just drawn in, its top is set at that. So in a sense, now the foyer and this part of the dining room is now 150 millimeters lower. So now we just need to create a height offset of 150 for that floor slab so that its bottom, the bottom of that soffit of that floor slab is at the 2.5 meters height. So it's going to hit enter, move it over, and there we have our nice entrance canopy with our concrete roof. So now for this, as this wall would need to be high enough to carry this concrete roof up top here as well. As you can see, it is cutting there, so we could just go join in the top ribbon, select our floor slab, select that wall, and then Revit will create a clean finish there for us. So let's go ahead and create our other concrete slab over here. If we go to our floor plan, floor, you'll see we are still on the new roof slab. Going to select the rectangle tool. So this will need to align with the inside as the floor slab needs to rest upon this wall. And we're going to drag it there. It's going to make sure that I set it to the private space wall plate and hit OK, do not attach. Let's go into 3D. As you can see, the same thing happened with what happened with this floor slab. So we need to select our new floor slab and give it a offset of 150 so it moves up. And there we now have our concrete roofs with our walls. So now we just need to sort out what's happening over here. So we can select this wall and tell it attach top to base. What this will do is, if we select our floor, only that little part there would move up. And the same we can do for this back wall, attach top to base, and it'll move up accordingly. So now this has been set to private space, but if we go ahead to our section and have a look over here, if we draw a dimension from our finished floor level to the underside of that concrete roof that we just drawn in, that is 3.1 meters. So once we've done all this, we'll need to create a point on our concrete roofs to show that this is actually sloped. But before we do that, we need to create a little ring on these sides of our concrete roof. What we can do, once we've done the proper roof structure, we can put the finer detailing on these roofs. So for now, I'm just going to click on the floor slab, go to modify sub elements. So you can see it is now green. You can go add point. Just going to go to site plan. Just going to move that out of the way. So let's put this on our project north, just to ensure that the drawing plane is correct. I'm just going to press DL on my keyboard so that I can draw in a line from corner to corner just to find the center point of this concrete roof. So I'm just going to select the roof, add point, and we know that's the center. I'm just going to click there, and then doing the same for the other roof. Select the concrete roof, modify sub elements, add point, and add it to the middle, and just hit escape. So I'm going to go back into 3D. You can see that our new point has been created on both of these roofs. I'm just going to go modify sub elements. As you can see, that's on 3330. So we want to give the indication that this concrete roof is on a slope so that water can run off and it's not just flat to accumulate water buildup. So what we could do is just go 3300 just to give that indication of a sloped surface. Same with the bottom one. It's going to go modify sub elements. It's just 2650. So let's go 2620. If we go check our site plan, we can see that there is now, I'm just going to delete these detail lines. And as you can see, Revit is now giving us our slope indication. I'm just going to delete the detail lines that we have drawn in for the bottom one as well. And there is our sloped concrete roofing. Just to add some sort of an annotation. Just gonna rename you guys. You don't have to do this at this moment. We will be getting to these annotations when we do our compiling our sheets. Slope degrees. Okay, just wanna make sure that my units I need to set to degrees. Okay, so currently it's on 0 degrees. I'm just gonna edit this again quickly. Okay, 3 decimal places just to indicate that that is on a slope. So that is now on a slope. For the top one, you can see that is also now on a slope. So let's try and connect our floor levels to site and our public to our private space. If we go to floor plan, you'll see that there is stairs on the drawing file. We worked with 680 millimeters height difference, so that would be 680 divided by 4 gives us a 170 riser. So if we go to architecture to stair, if you go to the properties panel next, we will be choosing the cast in place stair, the monolithic stair. And you can see that our desired number, mine is set to 4. That's because my base level and my top level is talking to one another. So if we had changed that to garage, you'll see that Revit will auto update the desired number of risers. So I want to keep this at finished floor level, and I want to start over here. Just going to drag it up. As you can see, it's giving us the 4th riser is at the top. So let's just show you what if we do it like this. Press OK. There's our down symbol. So this is what it will look like as the 4th riser would be over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the level. So we want this staircase to connect and talk with our floor slab. So we can just check our landing type, run type is 150 mm thickness. Our floor slab in total is 120. So if you select the stair and go edit type, we want to change the run type. So that's currently on 150. We know our floor is 120, so we would want that on 120. And you'll see that this area has gotten smaller. So I'm just going to go floor plan, select your staircase and go edit stairs. Click on landing under the modify and create stair. I'm going to go create sketch. So we know that's 275. I'm going to go 275. Press enter. It's going to draw this side, trim and extend. And use my line tool to ensure that those connect. Just gonna select this, hit MV on my keyboard and align it with my floor. So I'm just gonna, if you click on this, let's go create finish edit mode to show you what we now have created. You'll see that Revit created our landing. So this landing section is quite big at the moment. So let's go edit type on our staircase again. You can see landing type as a 300 mm thickness. I'm going to change that to 120. Press apply and OK. And as you can see now, it is what we wanted, but we want it to connect there. So I'm just going to select the railing and delete that out the way. So I'm just going to select my staircase again, edit type. Wait, let's just check with the dimension from here to there. It's 170. So we now know with our riser height that we need to change this landing from 120 to 170. Let's hit apply and OK, apply and OK. Just gonna delete the dimension. Something is feeling off for me. So I don't know why it is not creating a nice staircase at the moment. Check if some setting, that should be 170. Just gonna hide the site. Wonder why this is not steering like the way it is supposed to. I'll try and redraw it quickly. Let's see if I can find what the problem is. Okay, so I'm just aligning my stair with my walls at the moment. Landing, let's draw in. Why are you putting a line there still? Edit type. Yes, this one does look better. Still not what I wanted, because that line is not supposed to be there. But for now, I could just leave it as is, because this stair looks a lot better than the first one that I've created, but I've done it exactly the same way. So I'm not quite sure why that is happening. Just gonna move my down symbol, click on my down symbol, go properties for up direction, and then we're gonna go to annotate and find your stair thread and riser numbering, and let's just select those ones so we know that those stairs have been placed. So we're going to create the exact same for our front door. Just move this in so that it connects and creates a clean connection. So let's go to architecture, stair again. I'm just going to go edit type, duplicate, entrance, staircase. Press OK. So these threads we want quite large. So originally I've drawn them at 900. So let's change our actual thread depth to 900 in our properties panel. So let's set our base level to garage level, top level, finish floor level, and let's click on run. So let's just drag this out, click on landing, create sketch. Just gonna drag this all the way to the front door. Gonna connect that, press OK and OK. Select the railing and delete it. Gonna draw in a new section so we can go and see what we have done. So now I want to rotate my stair to be on these lines to make it a bit wider. So I'm gonna go select my staircase. Just so I can't select, okay, there we go. And I'm gonna go edit stairs. Select my staircase until this pops up and just click on the move icons. So I want that one there, and this one I want there, and so then we will need press OK. So, okay, edit the landing, edit sketch, and drag that into place, and just finish edit, and we can go into 3D. There is our entrance staircase that we have created. So if you want to view the section model, go to that section that you've created, just hover on it, then it will give you the name. Mine is section 3. Section 3. Just gonna move all these out the way, and there we can see our beautiful staircase. Currently it is still floating in the air, but we will fix that when we get to some landscaping. So there we have our superstructure in place with our 2 concrete roofing structures with our 1 and 2 staircase. So let's just quickly do the last staircase. Go to floor plan for the one by the garage. Architecture, stair, make sure you set your base level at garage and your top level at public space or finish floor level. Just gonna click on that center line, just drag it up. So I'm gonna select my staircase and pin it to the wall. Just drag that in to align with the drawing file. Let's go landing, create sketch, rectangle tool. So that entire area over there we want as a landing space. Just gonna hit OK, OK. Gonna select the railing and delete it. It's gonna go in 3D. There we can see the staircase for our garage that we have created. Going to save the project. So tomorrow we will be adding roofs and parapets to see if we can add that tomorrow. Otherwise we can do windows and doors in our superstructure in the meantime.